Hello, this is Uncle Ted, your ice cream alchemist with ice cream every day, and this is honey date with tahini ice cream. And folks, this stuff is absolutely amazing. You know, I tend to make adult ice cream flavors because my target audience is adults, and adults have a more refined palate, so they appreciate things that actually taste good. And this fits right into that category. The dates and the honey work together so well, and the tahini really offers an incredible flavor. Now, I use majool dates because that's what I'm finding in the store, and some honey from the Amish, as well as some good Middle Eastern tahini. Now, the rest is the same as the other bases I've made: 2 cups heavy cream, 1 cup whole milk, 3/4 cup sugar, and half a cup of non-fat dry milk, along with a little bit of guar gum. Now, for the dates themselves, I need to get the pit out, and the easiest way to do that is to split them lengthwise and then scoop that pit. Sometimes you have to dig a little bit. One thing I'll say is that these dates were extremely sticky sweet. Just wonderful dates. If you've never treated yourself, by all means, go to the store and get yourself a pack. It is so worth it. These dates were just amazing. And they're grown in California, so, they're definitely American. But look at how sticky these are. You open them up and it's just so sticky sweet. Just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Your hands get real sticky when you're done doing this. But once you get all the pits out, then you want to rough chop them up. And what we're going to do is, now, these dates are not fresh, so we need to soften them up a bit. So what we're going to do is, after we rough chop them, we'll put them in a saucepan with 3/4 of a cup and 1 3/4 of a cup, of whole milk. And then we're going to go ahead and add our dates. Now we're aiming for about 1.5 cups, roughly, of chopped dates. And trust me, you want to use the best dates you can find for this. Now, we don't need to cook this, we just need to heat it up. Once we heat it up, it gets soft. And then once it's nice and soft, then we'll throw it in the blender. So once they are soft and it's time to add them to the blender, be careful because they're hot and you really don't want to burn yourself, and you don't want to splatter hot dates and milk all over the place. So be careful getting it in the blender. And we just want to give this a puree. Now, I did have a little bit left in the blender, so I added about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of milk and gave it a second blend to get all that goodness out of the blender, which is actually good. You want to have a balance between the dates and the milk. That's a little thick there, and I needed it a little bit more runny, so I added more milk. And you can do that. Basically, you want to be able to pour it out of your blender without having a bunch of it stay. So that's kind of the balance you're looking for. Now, I targeted 1 3/4 cup, but honestly, I ended up using a little bit more than 2 cups. And then here I just added 2 cups of heavy cream and whisk. Now, here's something that's really important: heat control. This is an incredibly sticky base, so you'll notice that the pan's cold, and I poured everything in and then turned the heat on, because this will stick so fast. And we don't really need to cook this, we just need to heat it up. So I'm constantly whisking. I've got my gravy whisk, so I'm constantly getting it out. And here I add 1/3 of a cup of honey. And don't stop whisking no matter what you do. Now, I did have the heat on a relatively low setting, because remember, if you go slow, you get into trouble slow. And this will stick to the bottom so quickly because of all the sugar and the sweetness. Now, for the tahini, I added 3 tablespoons of tahini, and that seems to come out to a good balance. So once I add the tahini, I just give it a whisk, and by now it's starting to get warmer. And once that base is warming up a little bit, the tahini will mix and blend much easier. And really, once I have it completely blended, then I can take it off the heat. We don't need to cook it, we just need to heat it up so everything incorporates well. And I get it off the heat as fast as I can. I actually should have kept whisking it, because I did have a little bit of scorching in a part. You can kind of catch it a little bit. But this is such an incredibly sweet and rich base. This is one of the stickier bases I've ever made. And just add it to your ice cream maker according to your manufacturer's instructions. This is so thick coming out. See, this is after chilling in the fridge for 12 hours, and it's just so thick coming out. But this was such an amazing ice cream recipe, I absolutely had to share it with you guys. I really sincerely hope you make it. I do have the recipe in the comments, and I sincerely hope that you give it a try. This is one of the most incredible ice creams I've made so far, and I'm telling you, you'll do yourself a lot of favors by doing this and making this. Your family and friends will love it, and in fact, I've got some friends I can't wait to share this with them because I know they're going to absolutely love it. But thank you for watching. If you're not eating ice cream for breakfast, then what's the point of being an adult? And I sincerely hope that you guys get a chance to make this, and if there's a flavor that you're curious about, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to make it. But thank you, and shout out to my cousin Chad. I appreciate your support, brother. And by all means, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much.